We good? Are we on?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Whoa, my goodness. Welcome, everybody. Happy to be back here for the Right On Sports Show. Damn, it's been a minute.
Yes, it has.
Damn, it's been a minute. And holy shit, what a day it's been so far. What a pain in the ass this whole process has been. Right down to the last second. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I'm Kyle Wright with Nick Gurley, Drew Gorman, Marcus Wisner, the OGs. We are back here in the studio. We're all happy to be back. Nick, I know you're excited. Man, we've been working our asses off on this.
We have. It's been a grueling process, but you know what? It's been all good fun and moving everything around and trying to do some different stuff, different takes. Hopefully not as shitty as Marcus wants it to be.
It's got to be absolute garbage with Marcus back, but you hear the voice. Marcus, man, tell everybody a little bit of what we've been going through on the technical side of all this, like while we've been gone. I mean, because everybody can see the new setup, and that is 100% because of Marcus Wisner.
Thanks, guys. Also, too, we added a new intro and a new outro, so that was one of the big things that we definitely hit on because we wanted to give a little spice it up a little bit. And then, obviously, as you see at the bottom here, we got a little bit of a scrolling text, because that's what everybody else does in the in the sports world. So, but yeah, we put a lot of time, a little TLC into everything, try to make it more lively. We didn't just throw something together in a quick hurry. This stuff did cost quite a bit as far as finding people to help with us as well. So we invested in this.
Trying to bring you the best show possible. That's it.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, Drew's still here. So moving on to everything else.
All right, then.
just like our intro said, Mr. Drew Gorman.
Mr. Drew Gorman.
I can say this. I did tell Kyle that I don't think he said it fast enough.
Yeah, like
he should have said it much faster. Like double that.
Double that. Well, hey, today's episode, as always, guys, brought to you by Bo's Meat and 2 here on 2304 Thomas Drive, beautiful Panama City Beach. You guys know the spiel. I mean, I don't really have to say much about Bo's. You just come here and eat, and it'll speak for itself.
Dude, those ribs. Oh, good Lord. This place
100%.
has been hitting on point here lately.
Those ribs the other day were the best ribs I've ever had.
100%.
100%.
The collards were great. I mean, every bit of that
everything
meat.
was good.
Woo.
Everything was so good. Everything was so good. Hey, shout out to RJ over there on the computer spinning us up today. RJ, they're not going to pick you up, but you can spin.
You
can spin Drew's
mic.
You can spin Drew's microphone away. We try to keep that away from him as much as possible, anyway.
Still fuck the Cowboys. That's really
That's what I'm talking about. That's right.
We don't care about the Dallas Cowboys.
No, we do not. That's one game I wrote all of the games down. Did not write the Cowboys game down.
They're gonna get the
okay.
They're gonna get the Marcus Wisner treatment. We're gonna go Cowboys.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
All right. So we got a lot to get into today, but before we do get there, I'm gonna give Drew an actual spiel. Really, Drew, like if you look around and you see like all the stuff that's been done in here, Drew's done a lot of the physical part of that. So, Drew, we appreciate you working so hard.
Thank you.
I didn't realize how handy he was.
Yeah, he's very handy.
That was nothing sexual.
Yeah, no, you're not as handy as your dad, but we're gonna get into everything else.
Oh, hey, all right.
That dude's got a lot of talent. I saw his house. That dude's got a lot of talent. What do you? No. Nothing crazy. Drew's blushing. I know he's like red anyway. My dude's red.
All right, well, we
And
made
away
the
we
ginger
go.
blush on the show. Thank you guys so much for this episode. What we got?
Shout out to Dwayne.
Signing off now.
All right, so we're here. We have a lot to talk about. RJ, have we even I know you don't have a microphone over there, so just nod at me. Are we did you check are we sounding good? I mean, if somebody could comment on Facebook, YouTube, let us know if we sound good.
Yeah.
That's important to us right now.
Yeah. Hopefully you're not just watching our beautiful faces laugh at stuff.
Last time they let us go 40 minutes before they told us we were having sound issues. Like, oh, hey, by the way, guys, you guys look really good, but you sound like shit. So. Yeah. Oh, thanks.
RJ say we sound perfect.
RJ sounds
Hey,
good.
just check until Marcus talks, just so we can make sure with that. We're trying to make sure all the issues are good.
We got a
true.
couple
I mean,
commenters.
As long as myself, Nick, and Kyle sound great, like that's okay.
That's really what matters. That's
Hey,
really
hey,
what
hey,
matters.
hey.
The show can still go on.
Drew, are you going to talk?
Well, we got a couple commenters that I got to inform you guys of.
Oh,
we got
let's-
Timmy McNulty saying, bro, sound good. Dan Gonzalez saying, sounding great. Bo Green saying, sound good, loud and clear.
Woo!
Timmy McNulty once again said, I can hear. And then
Over the
old,
top Timmy every time. I love it. I love it.
Over to the side.
and old Zach Lesnar saying loud and clear.
Lima Charlie, baby. Loud and clear.
Hey, before we start anything, shout out to Zach Lesnar for beating the dog shit out of Drew Gorman week 1 of our fantasy football. Absolutely well done, Zach Lesnar.
Yeah, on our Fantasy Football MD episode where we all filled in for Marcus, one of the many episodes that we've had to fill in for Marcus, we did a fantasy draft and we drafted 4th, and Drew here picked
Austin Eckler.
Austin Eckler, and he didn't have the balls.
Definitely did not happen.
He didn't have the balls to do that in an actual league.
Yeah,
I just
Well,
wanna
with
point
Derrick
that out.
Henry being available.
That worked out.
Yeah,
well,
that worked
didn't
out great. That worked out great.
Derrick Henry.
He gets better as the season progresses.
The problem is-
RJ wants to talk
okay.
so bad, dude.
I
We got to
know.
get RJ a mic.
Here you go.
Oh, we do got to get RJ.
We got to get RJ a mic. I wonder if I can figure out how to put that microphone on this stream somehow.
Yeah, we're gonna figure that out. RJ, you're gonna be on this just so you know.
Oh.
Weekly, you got to be here every Sunday from now on.
Yeah, you're here every Sunday.
Zach-
You might be filling in next week because I'm not really 100% sure what's going on with that
yeah,
situation.
yeah, for real.
Zach
So-
commented and said credit Darren Waller. So
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, because 15 points is always exactly what wins you a league. Good job,
From a
Darren.
tight end.
Aaron
From a
Waller.
That's a
tight
lot.
end?
That's a lot from a tight
I was
end.
about to say.
what did he have? Like
Yeah, he actually had like 20
What did he
something.
have?
Okay,
like
I get it.
19?
I just don't like Darren
Do you
Waller.
even watch sports?
He had
I-
freaking
Do you
like
even
No,
watch
I actually-
sports
targets.
whatsoever?
I really don't. I really don't.
You know what is funny is
I
me
just
and
wear the gear and I look gear.
Jessica
Look
and I
good.
we always go through like our gigs that we use on our phone. And this last time I beat her by like 15 gigs. And I was like, dude, I never go over 2. What the hell happened? I realized all the way home we streamed so many football games on my phone on the way home from Nashville last weekend.
We did. We really did. Well, all right, you guys see it scrolling across the bottom because we are fancy now. RJ's got a stream deck over there, but I think he forgot that it exists. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. No, honestly, I like the way this looks right now because you can see all of our beautiful smiling faces and you can see Drew. So, man, what a day of college football yesterday. I got to tell you, I wasn't able to watch the night games last night because, of course, right when Penn State Auburn starts, the floodgates open at Angelina's and we got busy as hell.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to watch that game. I hear there was some drama at the very end, but I mean, did you guys watch that game? Can you give me a little recap?
I did. Yeah, I watched a little bit. I watched quite a bit of it. The ending. I mean, the overall score is 28-20. I think what kind of set it apart a little bit is one of their senior linemen. I think his name was McLean. Got hit with a targeting. He got hit with a targeting penalty. Was ejected from the game, and which ultimately gave them a first down, and they just ate the clock up from that point. But Auburn, and then Penn State had a touchdown that was called back. So if it wasn't called back, it would have been 34 to. They would have
20.
had 34. Yeah. So it would have been a totally.
I
different
do
ball game.
math.
Yeah, math is hard. I don't know if it was 30. It would have been 34-20 at that point, though. That's why I was trying to think if Auburn had scored at that time frame. But either way, it was a really close game. I think Auburn was at like the 35-yard line when the clock had like 10 seconds left for the game. So
So they were getting close.
Yeah, it was really close.
So I do want to say this, and I'm glad that we kind of I'm glad that this happened because Auburn fans were sitting here talking Bo Nix for Heisman, Bo Nix for Heisman, Bo Nix for Heisman, and it's like obviously I have no position to talk because Florida State lost to Mosley High School last week. However,
Mosley.
Yeah, no, that was actually probably like Rosenwald Middle School.
Haney
But-
Technical.
Haney Technical, yeah. DeVry Arts Institute. No, but I mean, they had played McNeese, and then they had played another nobody. Like they opened their season with literally 2 top of the line cupcakes, and then they had to play a real game. And of course, he had like 400 yards and 4 touchdowns in each of those first 2 games. And Auburn fans were all over my page, like, "Oh, Bo Nix for Heisman, Bo Nix for Heisman." There you go. I mean, that's what happens when Bo Nix plays an actual tough opponent.
Yeah, he threw for like 158 yards or something.
Yeah,
Like it was
boo-boo.
nothing.
Breaking news, guys.
Uh-oh.
2022, Florida State's playing Bishop Sycamore week 1. So
Oh, God.
hopefully that's a primetime game.
So they gave Bishop Sycamore a bye week in week 1. Congratulations. I'm happy for him. I really am. I'm not going to go off on the Florida State tangent just yet, but that is coming up here in a second. But I do want to talk about that Florida-Alabama game. That was, man.
Game of the year?
Before we get to Florida, Alabama, just a quick question for everybody.
Yeah.
With Penn State beating Auburn last night, this is the first SEC team they've played in a long time. Is Penn State the team to beat in the Big Ten? Because Ohio State looked terrible against Tulane. Michigan and Michigan State are actually looking very well. Is Penn State the team to beat, or do you think they're going to win the Big Ten?
Man, that's a hell of a question because honestly, the Big Ten seems like it's pretty wide open because Ohio State with C.J. Stroud, they're struggling out of the gate.
Yep.
Minnesota's struggling, Indiana's struggling. Also, I want to shout out Cincinnati. They look really good this year. They put some actual teams on their schedule, like they won at Indiana. Now they get this week they get to go at Notre Dame this Saturday.
I think they win that game.
I think they do too.
Mm-hmm.
I think they do too. But I want to shout out Cincinnati for a second. But you know, Marcus, that's a good question because I think so. I think at this point they have to be.
Yep.
Right.
They don't play each other till October 30th, and it's at Ohio State. Does that make any difference?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I tell you, the team that I think might compete with Penn State probably the most is Michigan State. Their running back, Kenneth Walker, he's getting talks for as far as being like, a potential Heisman candidate. I say that because he's got 493 yards and 5 touchdowns and made Miami just look awful.
Yeah, Miami's awful though.
Awful, but it's
like they didn't make Miami look awful. Miami sucks. Miami might be worse than Florida State.
I don't know.
They really might.
That's crazy.
They're bad. Miami's bad.
Yeah, it's true, but
so is Florida State.
Miami's bad, but Florida State's just
Miami. Yeah, I think Miami beats Florida State.
If it was in Miami, yeah, but it's in Tallahassee, but which doesn't seem to mean shit.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem to mean shit. Cause I can't even use that anymore.
Yeah,
I can't.
No, you're right.
Damn it, man. God, I hate college football.
The Big Ten is definitely not the Ohio State Conference anymore. That's proven. Their quarterback is awful.
No, I think, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think that's why I like the Big Ten more than any conference in college football. Because no matter what, you go in every year, ACC is Clemson versus who? Right. You go in every year, the Big 12 is Oklahoma versus who? The SEC is Alabama versus who?
Right.
And the Big Ten is not like that. Here recently, the last, I think only 2-3 years it's been Ohio State, but before that it was like Penn State, and then it was Michigan, and then, honestly,
Iowa State.
Iowa State. That's why I love the Big Ten, and that's why I think the best football comes out of the Big Ten. Week after week.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Week after week. Obviously, they're a little behind this year. They're a little behind this year, and this is where I want to get on this Florida-Alabama game because Florida was a quarterback away yesterday from winning that game by 10 points. And I told you last night on the phone before I hung up on you that I think Florida might be the second best team in college football. And if they had a quarterback, they'd be the best team in college football because they don't have a quarterback. And I want to let you talk in a minute because I know you got the most at stake here, and I can see you boiling a little bit. But listen, they have no quarterback. Emory Jones, he couldn't. That dude, he missed so many open receivers yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And open receivers. I'm not talking like tight coverage, which obviously he definitely can't do. But he missed wide open receivers multiple times. And then we're not talking 30 yards downfield. We're talking 10-yard screens that he underthrew, throwing the ball in the dirt. But Florida came out yesterday and showed a lot of grit against a team that nobody gave them a chance against. And the reason I think Florida's the second best team in college football is because look at Clemson last night.
Yeah.
Look, Clemson sucked last night. So what does that make me think about Georgia? What does that make me think about Georgia? I know Georgia beat up on South Carolina, but South Carolina's you're talking bottom tier SEC.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You're talking
especially at this point.
SEC fans don't even claim South Carolina. They don't. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about them. So Florida might be the second best team, and right now, Florida beats Georgia by 20 points to me.
I would agree with you. The only thing is that I saw Emory Jones grow, but I don't know if he'll grow that much to beat Georgia by 20 because their defense is stout. Our defense stepped up. The one thing that I was the most surprised over was our offensive line. He had so much time to throw the ball. He just has problems throwing.
You know the coasters. The coasters were a good idea in my head,
Yeah.
but every time I would lean forward, it would like.
Yeah.
Like, so.
But yeah, I think that our offensive line was, the game changer. I mean, they were opening up holes against a front seven that is possibly the best in all of college football in Alabama.
Yeah.
And they were opening up holes. We gashed them for almost 250 yards.
Yep. I mean, I know that this is like pretty rhetoric, but what is college football? 48 minutes? Is it? No,
it's
60
15.
minutes. It's 60 minutes.
Wow,
So-
we look like we know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Woo,
What a good
sports
sign.
show.
I'm thinking NBA shit here.
Are we going soccer next?
Sorry,
What the hell are we doing
I've
right
got
now?
Jason Buchanan on my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, soccer. What's the over/under? 0.5. No.
We do have a possible bet brewing in these comments here.
Ooh, okay.
Possibly
Let's
got
hear
it.
it.
We got Timmy McNulty and Tim Reed. Tim Reed says Georgia will be there in the end. Timmy McNulty says no way, I'll bet.
No, there's no way. And I'll tell you why that they won't be there.
Tell 'em,
I'll
Marcus.
give you one game.
Tell 'em why.
Georgia Tech scored a touchdown against Clemson. Georgia's only touchdown was a pick six.
Georgia has no offense.
No.
Georgia has
They
no
have
offense.
they have a great defense. Great defense.
They have a great defense.
But-
Alabama's
but-
defense is probably better than Georgia's, and Florida put up 29 against them.
Well, hold on. Does Georgia have a good defense? Do they have a great defense? Because Clemson only scored 14 points yesterday against Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech had the worst defense in the ACC last year, worse than Florida State.
Damn.
I'm just
How
saying,
many
if
did South
Georgia
Carolina
Tech
put up
score
against Georgia?
an offensive touchdown
17
against
something like
Clemson, but Georgia can't? That's a problem.
that. Show bitch. Georgia, South Carolina score.
Yep.
Working it up right now.
I like that. Show bitch.
Yeah.
Hey,
Working on it right now.
get on it.
40-13.
13.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Wonderful. They scored 40 points. That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's
But
probably
South
gonna
Carolina's
match.
defense hasn't been good since Muschamp left.
They weren't good then.
They weren't that great then, but I'm
Right,
just
yeah.
saying, like they had
But compared
at
to
least
now.
more of a solid defense then.
100%.
Timmy's saying he's taking all bets Florida versus Georgia.
Oh, what?
I think
What,
Timmy's
he for Florida?
Timmy McNulty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a Florida fan.
Okay, because if he wants to bet
he does.
Georgia,
Yeah.
Okay, because I'll take Florida over Georgia.
I'll
If
take
anybody wants
Florida
to
all
take that,
day.
Yeah.
I'll take
I'll
Florida
take
over
Florida all
Georgia.
day.
And I don't know what the spread's going to be, but I'll give you 10. Honestly,
Ooh.
I just don't. What is Georgia? Who has Georgia played other than Clemson?
Well,
But Clemson might be the third best team in the ACC, and the ACC is the worst conference in football this year.
when you look,
Wake Forest might win that. Wake Forest might win the ACC. I'm gonna be honest with you.
We're back to the good old days when Marcus just cuts people off.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Go ahead, Drew.
Bo brought up a good point. Georgia, their wide receivers and their skill players have been hurt. Their top wide receivers and skill players have been hurt all year.
All year. We're in week 3.
Yeah, that says a lot.
Were they hurt versus Clemson?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Going into the year, they were missing like their top 3 or 4 receivers.
Here's
and
why.
tight ends.
Here's why that doesn't work for me in college football. Because it's not the NFL, right? The NFL, you have your starters, and then you've got your bench. But in college football, you've got your starters, but then you've got your next starter
Yeah.
right behind that dude.
I mean, Florida runs 6 wide receivers.
Right.
And each of them play about as much as the other ones.
That excuse doesn't work for me in college football. Like for one game, absolutely. But you're in the third game of the year. You should have your shit together by now.
And they're in the top 3 in recruiting every single year.
Absolutely. You should have your shit together by now.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me. But what did you, Drew? You watched it? No, you're fine.
Just throwing things out there.
No,
You're too
yeah, I
sensitive,
appreciate
Drew.
I'm
You're way too
No, what-
sensitive.
I wasn't even responding to you.
Yeah.
I was responding to the
Somebody-
comment.
Okay.
Are you that
Drew got-
sensitive? Like,
Drew
wow,
got-
that was mean to him.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, he was really mean to that guy.
Daddy, chill.
Daddy, chill.
Get that out of here.
That shit's not funny anymore.
Oh,
okay?
it's still hilarious.
It's not funny.
It's still hilarious.
it's
and it's even
fantastic.
funnier.
Dude,
like 'cause I
Marcus
just
said
realized,
anything funny? Ever?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
He said we them boys, and that was fucking hilarious. RJ kind of looks like the kid from that video, though. If you,
Oh, yeah, he does.
he does, dude. I'm telling you, like, never realized that. Damn.
Oh my god. Yeah. RJ's like, I'm not coming back next Sunday.
He's like, nope, I'm done. I'm
Nope.
deleting that post. We're losing. We're losing all of our clout, baby.
We got Panama
Oh,
City
man, here we
royalty
go.
here. I mean,
oh,
can't be making fun of him.
all right. RJ, I need you to put that camera on me for a second.
Uh-oh. Here it goes.
Uh-oh.
Because
here
I
we
want
go.
to, I
Let's
want
go ahead and
to,
mute the mic.
I want to
Yeah.
address, I want to address the elephant in the room, and that's Florida State football. Not even an elephant. More, I want to address the canary in the room, and that's Florida State football. I was really, really excited. I think every single Florida State fan in the nation was excited coming out of that Notre Dame game. There was a lot of hype. The stadium was full, 80,000 fans for the first time in 3 years, probably the first full capacity crowd that Florida State's had. I was there with Chef Chris. Regardless of anyone's happiness about that, I was there with Chef Chris, and it was a really good time. We came out. Nobody was mad about losing that game. I mean, obviously there were things we could have done to win, but it was like, holy shit. Florida State football is back. So I'm coming out of this game. I'm looking at our schedule. I'm like, I still see 4 losses, but we beat this team. We beat this team. This team we definitely beat. Now, Jesus Christ, are we going to be able to beat UMass, or are we going 0-12? This is where I'm at with Florida State football now. And it's like, if you get on our forums, it's such a bad situation. I know we said we're not going to talk about stuff like this, but it's such a bad situation. We are so divided as Florida State fans right now. It's disgusting. Because what's happening now is they fired Willie Taggart after 21 games. Rightfully so. Willie Taggart was a dud. And obviously Mike Norvell, who I've dubbed as Vanilla Taggart, by the way, he's not doing it for me either. But the thing about Mike Norvell that gives me hope over Willie Taggart is Willie Taggart never even had a top 15 recruiting class. Mike Norvell's got the number 3 recruiting class in college football right now. But the point on my divide is everybody's like, they fire Willie Taggart. Is Florida State racist for getting rid of Taggart so quick, but giving Norvell its chance? And the only reason I say you got to give Norvell one more year after this is because, and I want you guys to answer me honestly, can you count last year as a true first year for any head coach?
No.
No.
Not a chance.
There was no offseason. There was no training camp. There was nothing leading into last year.
Now, I can say this, an 0-12 season, he's out.
Oh, 100%.
0-12 season, you're out. Even if you win 2 games, even if you beat UMass and Miami like you think you will. That's not good enough.
The thing that's going to save him is his recruiting class.
Mm-hmm.
Because
that's
they know
not always a guarantee, though.
No, but if they don't drop off before the end of the season, then it's essentially
A team that
guarantee.
goes 0-12 or 2-10.
No, they should drop
they're
off.
gone.
They should drop
Those
off.
players are gone.
No, but I just I get heated when I talk about Florida State football usually, but I'm not I just don't give a shit anymore. You know what I mean? And that's what I don't like is that I literally was not angry watching that game yesterday. I was laughing as Wake fucking Forest was running the score up on Florida State. Wake Forest ran the score up on Florida State. I was laughing. You know what I did? We have 2 TVs in the restaurant. We have the main TV, which is way easier to watch. That game was on Alabama, Florida. Florida State was on a little TV that I have to really inconveniently turn around to watch because I don't care. And I hate that it's gotten to that point. Go ahead, Marcus.
So I want to point some out too. We also, like you said, this is the first time since '76 that Florida State's went 0-3, and that was with Bobby Bowden. Obviously, that ended up working out. But we live in a time where people want immediate results. Obviously, this is today's day and age. But if Bobby Bowden were to come in fresh in 2021 and went 0-3, some people would still be screaming "Fire Bobby." I mean, you gotta give people at least 3 or 4 years because you got to get rid of all the prior recruits from the previous coaching staff out and bring in your own coaching staff, recruits, play style, everything like that. The thing is like I said, the COVID year. I mean, you had people opting out of college football. They still got 1 free year of eligibility. And then you turn around and they played it in an all-conference schedule, which that's never happened before. And I'm pretty sure Florida State had probably the top 3 hardest all-conference schedule in the ACC.
We had the 9th hardest schedule in college football last year, all of college football.
Yeah, and that's crazy. And you expect somebody to come in, like you said, no training camp, no off-season,
Right.
no spring game.
I would say that the only
Nothing.
thing there is that he really already had players. Maybe they weren't his players, but him and
Yeah.
Willie Taggart have the
Yeah.
same offense. So you didn't really
Right.
need, like, you're not coming in with a pocket passer and you normally use a dual threat or something. You already had a dual. I mean, hell, y'all have
So
a running
I
back
think-
playing quarterback. With
Yeah.
what's his name? Travis.
Yeah, Jordan Travis.
Yeah.
I mean, they technically didn't even know who the starter was this year until like 6 minutes before kickoff.
Right.
Like, honestly, like I didn't see any report of Mackenzie Milton starting or Jordan Travis starting. And then Jordan Travis came out there. And then Mackenzie Milton ended the game and obviously sent to overtime against Notre Dame. I mean, so I don't even think that Florida State has anything concrete yet as far as what they're doing. But I think he needs at least 2 more years because,
No.
again,
No.
the first year is waived. So technically, this is his first year.
Right.
You get 2 more years to
I
get.
do believe that. Yeah.
You get 2 more years, get all the prior recruits up from that were not from his scheme, not his recruiting, nothing. Get them all out because this is the first time, Kyle. And how long have we had any 3-star plus recruits for the offensive line? How long has it been?
Yeah, it's been a very long time, and he's bringing them in, man. He's really making the recruiting. I'm very hopeful for next year. I mean, they're all going to be young, but I'm pretty hopeful for next year. I'm actually pretty confident about Mike Norvell's ability. I do want to see one thing, though, and then I want to pass it to Drew for a second. I do want to see one thing, and it's I just want to see you not stand on the sideline like a mannequin. This was my problem with Willie Taggart. Did you buy a fucking ticket, or are you the coach? Because if you buy a ticket and you're sitting in the stands, you bet your ass I'd have been sitting up there yesterday with my arms crossed, just chilling, like, damn, this sucks. When you're the head coach of Florida State, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. And I also don't want to see we've talked about this with the Right On Network. We've talked about this with softball, and I hope this doesn't get you in trouble. But buddy ball will not win shit. And the point of that is Mike Norvell has his best friend as the offensive coordinator and his other best friend as the defensive coordinator. And Florida State will not win shit. Florida State did not win shit when Jimbo Fisher had Charles Kelly as the defensive coordinator. Buddy ball will never win you shit. And it just won't.
Speaking of softball, We're Back is still in this tournament this
Let's go,
weekend.
boys. Hey, shout out to
bring
We're
it
Back.
home. Bring it home.
Hey, let's go. Jake McGowan's one of our top fans, man. Hey,
Bring it
shout
home.
out. Bring that thing home. All right, so I want to send it over to Drew in the KL Skaggs Heating and Air Chill Zone. Big shout out to KL Skaggs Heating and Air. Get a hold of them if you need any HVAC repairs. Man, I got to...
By the way,
yeah, what
let's
you
go
got?
ahead and
Yeah, the
just
chill
bump this
zone.
whole thing down right here.
chill zone.
What towel?
So I just want to shout him out before we get going here. Man, this man came in here. We were hot in his studio. Obviously, we waited until after June and July, so shout out to us to say. But this man came in here. Him and his employees came in here. They sweated. They worked their ass off for a solid 2 to 3 hours and put us a brand new AC unit in this studio. So shout out to KL Skaggs. Tell them you heard about them on Right On Sports or the Right On Network. Hey, tell him you heard about us. Tell him you heard about him from us, and I bet you he'll do something for you.
Yep.
I bet you he'll do something for you. So, Drew, what you got over there in the chill zone?
During your rant, the comment section was blowing up.
Oh, I'm
with all the
interested.
FSU fans.
I'm very interested to
Let's
hear
hear
what
it.
we
Let's
got.
hear it.
So starting from the top,
Please don't read all 60 of them.
not going to read all of them, but Bo does say that FSU has gotten worse each week and there is no discipline.
Gotcha.
Will Dittman saying Norvell sucks.
Okay.
Will Dittman's a Packers fan.
Ooh,
Just want to point that out.
I do have a very controversial topic that I want to bring up that came from the comments, but I'll do that in a second.
Wow, your
saying the
segues are so
fans-
awesome.
Fans are not
But wait, there's more.
fans are not patient anymore. And feeling bad. Bo says, I feel bad for the transfer that came to FSU and is now like, what the hell? So going back,
I don't feel bad for somebody who quit on one team to go to another team and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah.
And Bo also agreed with you way back whenever you first started it. He said, got to get his friends out of there. The defensive coordinator sucks.
Yeah.
So here's where it gets interesting.
Oh, hold on. I know we had Chef Chris was commenting on YouTube, right? Are we going to toss that thing over to RJ? He could read some of them YouTube comments because I know Chris was fired up while I was on that rant.
So we got Chef Chris, and Chef Chris said,
I'm going to turn you way up, son.
Ooh.
What microphone is that? Go ahead.
He said in 76, those 2 losses were to Miami and Oklahoma on back-to-back weeks, not Jacksonville State and Wake Forest.
Eesh. Eesh.
That's a fair point. But still, you know, 0-3 still 0-3. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
No. I'm sorry. There is a difference in an 0-3 team like that and an 0-team team that we're looking at today.
right. Like nobody.
Hey, if 0-3 this year, Jacksonville State is the national champs in their conference. Wake Forest wins the ACC. You got to get, you know, that's a. I'm just kidding.
Well, it's like Minnesota's one. It's like Minnesota's 1-2, but their 2 losses are to like Ohio State and Penn State. You know what I mean?
Right.
So nobody's gonna bat an eye at that.
Right.
Nobody's really gonna think anything bad of that. So,
All right, Drew, keep it going.
Drew, what you got? What's this? Oops.
Oh, okay.
What
Right,
is
we're
this?
back.
Yeah, my bad. That's me. I'm trying to shift my mic around. What's this interesting thing that I keep hearing about?
Our boy,
Say it.
our boy H2 Overstreet commented.
Oh, good. This is always interesting because
He
he thinks
said-
he's hilarious.
calling the big upset. LSU will beat Alabama this year.
Get the
Last
hell outta
minute,
here.
50-plus
Oh,
yard
no
field goal
shot.
from Cade York.
No way.
So here's what I want from Justin Overstreet, if you don't mind. Yeah, I'm gonna turn that up. Play that again.
Shit.
Here's what I want from Justin Overstreet. I need you to text me, honestly, because I'm actually interested in this. I need you to text me the phone number to your meth dealer. Because I've never done that stuff, but it's got to be good if you think LSU's beating Alabama. LSU couldn't beat UCLA.
Go
Fresno
Tigers.
State almost did that last night. Fresno State also almost beat Oregon, so I don't know. Hold on, because Oregon went into Ohio State and beat Ohio State,
Right.
and Oregon might actually be legit.
I think Oregon's a good team.
Oregon might be
Oregon's a good team.
Maybe
Yeah.
Oregon's the second best team in college football, but I don't because like this
No takebacks. No takebacks.
the
no.
drop off from like where I think Alabama and Florida are to like the third best team is probably pretty steep right now.
I think Penn State might be the 3rd or 4th. Honestly,
Penn
I mean, they
State's-
played very, very, very well.
Penn State's up there. I mean, they played Auburn well, but how good is Auburn actually? I mean, time will tell.
See, I'm just really surprised as to how Florida played. If you want me to be, I mean, because I watch every game, every minute, every game, except for the first game because I was busy. But you know, they surprised the shit out of me. They really did. I enjoyed every second of that. I mean, obviously not the 21-3 part, but you know, once they started to come back, I was like, dude, Dan Mullen must have went in there and whooped somebody's ass in front of the whole team. Maybe the kicker. Maybe that was the guy he took.
I made a post before that game yesterday that Dan Mullen will be the reason they lost because if he runs Emory Jones out on the field. But I do want to come out of that game and give Dan Mullen some props because Anthony Richardson didn't touch the field at all. And I think if you were going to play Emory Jones, that was the way to do it. Like if we lose this game, it's like you were the quarterback for the whole game.
Yep.
And honestly, Emory Jones played good in that spotlight. And another thing that people aren't talking about, Anthony Richardson was obviously not 100% because he wasn't cleared to play till Friday. He didn't get his dude hurt.
You can't tell me that they could have afforded to lose Anthony Richardson's legs
Over a
just
game.
to come in, and
Right.
that lets me know that he was not 100%. That was
Right.
not just a tight hamstring. He pulled something, and he's probably not even going to be ready to go like he was the first 2 games in week 4.
If it's the SEC championship, probably, but not week 3.
No doubt.
Right.
So Will Dittman commented on here. He said Ohio State is terrible this year. They are going to lose at least 2 more games this year. Do we think that this is the year that old khaki pants over in Michigan takes down Ohio
No,
State?
absolutely fucking not.
I'll
Sorry,
be the
I
one
gotta
to
stop
say
saying that. F word.
absolutely yes.
I gotta stop saying that, but absolutely not.
I will say yes.
Sorry, it's been a while. Oh, you're saying yes.
I will say yes.
You've been hanging out with Overstreet. Tell me why.
Ohio State hasn't done anything offensively to say this is the same Ohio State. They haven't done anything close. They're not a top 5 team they may scratch the surface as a top 10 team.
I don't
I
mind
mean-
this take, Marcus. I really don't. I really don't. I think
if there's
Michigan
any
definitely
year-
has a chance.
If there is any year, any opportunity for Jim Harbaugh to finally beat Ohio State, this is the year. If he can't do it this year, there's no other year. Honestly,
here we
because
go.
I'm telling you right now, after this year, you will see a top tier recruit or top tier quarterback transfer to Ohio State.
Here we go.
It's going to happen.
Here we go.
So this is the year that Michigan has to beat Ohio State. They have to.
Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. The last 8 or 9 years, rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Michigan does good coming out the gate. They beat 2 unranked teams. They get ranked in the top 25. Ohio State struggles to start the year. They always do that. Here we go. Michigan's beating Ohio State this year. Michigan beats Ohio State this year. Michigan beats Ohio State this year. We do it every year. It's every year. It's the same damn thing. It's the same damn thing. It really is. It's every year we do this. This exact conversation. Michigan will not beat Ohio State. Jim Harbaugh is a horrible head coach. He is a horrible head coach. He's a great recruiter, but he's a terrible head coach. He was better in the NFL, which is usually not a thing.
Yeah,
but it is
true.
with him.
He is not a great head coach. I do agree with you there. I do. That one's a hard one. I mean, I feel like that one's going to be really close. I think that one's going to be really close.
The reason again, this should be the year they do it. If they don't do it this year, Jim Harbaugh will never beat Ohio State. But
is this Jim Harbaugh's last year if he does not beat Ohio State?
I thought he should have got fired 2 years ago.
I do too. But if we're saying Ohio State is not the Ohio State of old, this is a brand new Ohio State team that is not nearly as good. If he still cannot beat Ohio State, is he out of Michigan?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, Oregon walked into Ohio State and just absolutely embarrassed them. Walked in and walked out with ease. And they struggled against Tulane. I usually that's like one of their 6 bye weeks that they usually have on the schedule, but they struggled tremendously. So that's why I'm like, I mean, it's one of those, I mean, like Kyle mentioned, they usually struggle, but this is like, I mean, Ohio State fans are cautiously going, okay, like this is not good. Like this is not good at all.
I think Ohio State fans are definitely stressing out right now.
They are stressing because if Jim Harbaugh beats Ohio State,
but no, that's not going to happen, Marcus. I mean, I hate to just like wave off your take there, and I'm not going to press the shit take button because maybe it does happen, but in my eyes, there's just no chance.
Michigan has a better chance of beating Ohio State than just mentioning LSU beating Bama. Like,
no doubt.
Some
people have certain jobs, and his is wrestling.
Yep.
I suggest he sticks to it.
You're a very good wrestler. You're a very good performer in the ring.
As an LSU fan, I said I love the take, but I hope it happens. Hope, me being the operative word.
Yeah, I would like Florida State to go 9-3.
But if
Guess
you
what's
look,
not going to happen.
But if you look, hey, I'm not saying. Hey,
okay.
But if you look at the progression of Max Johnson, because he started out the year as the clear backup behind Miles Brennan coming into the UCLA game. Miles Brennan got hurt the week before, had 1 week of practice with the number ones. Not saying it's all excuses, but just pointing that out there. And that was his literal 3rd game he started in college.
Shit, hold on, because all that you kind of got a point.
And then you look.
I think Alabama wins by 30 now instead of 40.
And then you.
okay.
But you look at his progression. You look at Max's progression from week 1, week 2, and even into week 3. He just looks more comfortable, making better reads. If he keeps that progression, I'm not saying he's going to be Joe Burrow and beat the doors off him, but I'm saying it might be more competitive than what most people think.
I'll tell you what, Drew. I'll give you this. I'll give LSU 24.5 points, and Alabama will still cover the spread.
Ooh.
We'll talk more off
That's
air.
probably what the
We'll talk more.
spread will be is 24.5, and they'll still cover it.
Oh, man.
All right, so the last thing we're going to talk about on college football is going to be who wins Miami, Florida State. That's going to be our last topic on college football, and then we're going to move on to some fantasy football and some NFL talk.
Man, live on Comedy Central. What?
It should definitely be aired. on
Yeah,
Comedy Central.
what a joke that game's going to be. I honestly, I still think Florida State wins that game. Miami...
At this point, should
Man,
just
they
the
both-
fans should suit up for Florida State and Miami and just go against each other.
Do it, man.
Yeah,
Flag
pull it
football, man.
over, RJ. Well, I think RJ's got something to say to me, so I got to turn the microphone up because he knows.
The
Got-
losing team loses their coach of that game.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's-
Wow, we like harmonized right there. Did y'all hear that?
Yeah. Let's pull that back and get that recorded so we can use it as a soundbite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like it. I
like
like
that.
it.
Well,
Take.
it's playing in Florida State this year, so I think Florida State will win just because of being at home.
You know, Willie Taggart got fired after the Miami game.
Ooh.
Wow.
Is Doak that scary anymore?
No.
It was in week 1. but-
I would say this. The reason why I say Doak is not scary anymore is because every person posted after that Notre Dame Florida State game that was the loudest they had ever heard Doak Campbell Stadium, and it was after a loss. It was a loss.
It wasn't loud after the loss. It was loud the whole game.
Well, I'm just saying it was
We
still a
said
loss.
it. We said it. Like it was the loudest I've ever heard it.
You know, but what I did love, because we never got to talk about that game, but what I did love about that was that some Florida State fans were saying that, oh, we played such a good game, which y'all did. Florida State played very well, and then they would dog Notre Dame and say, "Oh, Notre Dame's so overrated." Well, then I'm like, well, then did y'all really beat a good or lose to a good team? Then
I don't know who
We're gonna-
said that, but I mean, they obviously. You were probably talking to a casual who doesn't
I
actually.
don't know. It was
watch
somebody
football.
that commented on one of your posts.
I don't have very.
okay.
I mean, as you saw last
Most of
night,
your
I don't
friends
have a
are
whole lot of
stupid, though.
smart people that
Yeah.
comment on my stuff. Yeah, no, crazy night. All right, enough about college football. Let's get into the real stuff. Man,
Let's go.
the NFL's back. Week 2. We're here. It's Sunday. We got games here in like 2 hours. We're all excited.
Yes, we are very excited. I'm going to run through a breakdown of some of the teams. We'll do our picks. We'll talk about him. Maybe the bigger games.
So we're starting from try to go around a little bit here. Like let's because I know the first game is the best game on there.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip around.
Okay,
I'm gonna
let's
skip.
skip
I just
around.
wrote them down as how they were on my phone.
So let's make some picks. We're gonna pick all these games, right?
Yep.
We're
Yep, we're gonna pick them
Yep.
all right
we'll,
now.
We'll get
Hey,
RJ's picks off the air.
Yeah, we'll get RJ's picks off the air, but also leave your picks in the comments.
Yep, leave
we
your
are
picks.
going to be taking tallies of this throughout the year.
Yep.
So RJ, as you hear them, just you can start marking them down as yourself, and yeah, we'll take your comments and we'll see how everybody
I'm not even
matches up
using
to
this.
us. Here you go, RJ. Yeah.
Here, RJ.
He's just
let's
over
get
here
the-
drawing
Let's get that
penises
beautiful
on it.
afro on camera for a second too. I
Yeah,
want
just-
people to put
yeah.
a name on the face.
There you go.
Let's get
Turn
it.
around and
Let's get
wave real fast or something. He's real, fellas.
He's real.
And ladies. I'm just there you go.
Yeah.
I'm glad he blocked both.
Yeah.
That's what makes me the most happy.
You got a double view on RJ. you got
We're
the-
DPing over here.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Oh,
All right.
almost went there again. Can't do it.
Yeah.
We're
So,
live, not pre-recorded.
Yeah. First. All right.
Chef Chris asked, Florida State's defense or Tua?
What the, is he drunk at
Yeah, what-
9 a.m.?
What does that mean?
Florida State's like, which one would I rather have?
Who's worse?
Oh,
okay.
Florida State's defense.
Oh, no doubt.
100%.
All right. First game, we're going to go Vikings Cardinals.
Man, if you'd asked me this last week, I'd have thought this was not a very exciting game. But the Vikings they're in a must-win situation, so I'm going to give it to Minnesota.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to go Minnesota here.
Marcus.
I'm taking the Cards.
All right. Drew.
Where's it at?
It's. I think it's in Arizona.
Give me Cardinals.
All right. And I have the Cardinals as well there. I do.
I mean, I listen. I think Arizona did really good last week, but Kyler Murray 5 touchdown performance, incredible. It's gonna be really hard to get back up after that.
Oh, I agree. I just right now I just think all of their defense is healthy right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now,
too.
if this was week 9,
Yeah.
I'd probably change this.
all their offense is healthy too.
The fact
exactly.
that they
So that's what I'm
that-
saying. They're JJ Watt hasn't been put out yet.
Yeah.
It's only week
like
2.
Chandler,
Well, wait.
Chandler Jones had 5 sacks
Yeah.
on Tannehill, and on top of that, they held Derrick Henry to what, like less than 50 yards rushing?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Chandler Jones had 5 sacks last week on a mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
Playing a non-mobile quarterback this week.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think Dalvin Cook's going to be able to do a little bit of damage this week. He kind of got robbed last week. I got robbed on that fumble. I don't know if he got robbed on that fumble, but I got robbed because he was definitely down, and I lost in one league because of that.
All right. So now we're going to go Broncos Jags.
Broncos, Jags. Let's just go in that same order every time so that he doesn't have to say everybody's name. I think she just picked the Jags. Whoever that, I think that's your daughter.
your daughter's picking the Jags.
I apologize about that.
No, you got little ones running around, bro. We ain't worried about that.
Sir.
They still sound better than. I'd rather have them yelling in the background than having you talk about the Cowboys on this show.
Yeah.
Hey, wait till we get to that game, boys.
Like, honest.
Oh my gosh.
Kyle?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Broncos here. Their defense looked elite last week. Teddy Bridgewater throws 2 interceptions today, because I need him to.
Yeah, so just a backstory on that there. Drew and Kyle.
Right now, I owe Drew $100.
Yeah, Drew and Kyle have a bet that that Bridgewater will throw. Drew says less than 10 interceptions. So for every interception less than 10, Kyle owes Drew
$10.
$10. For every interception over 10, Drew owes Kyle $5.
$5.
It was $5,
and it's a minimum of. He's
of
pretty
10.
much got to play like the whole season.
Yeah,
right?
it's pretty much the whole season. Yeah,
That's essentially. I mean,
Right.
we didn't like set a minimum because it's like 10 games. Is that really enough to judge that on? Because I mean,
Right.
honestly, I don't know.
yeah.
It's
He's
hard
gotta
to
play.
judge it.
He's got to play pretty much the whole season.
Yeah.
But
So
Marcus, go
Drew said
ahead.
that if it goes every interception over 10, Drew owes $5.
Yeah, Drew owes $5 any interception over 10, and it's $10.
He's probably going to throw between 15 to 18 this year. You realize that, right?
Hey, I'm banking on lower than 10. We'll go with
Oh,
it.
That's a big bank, brother. I tell you what.
That's a new logo on Fiverr.
That is a
We'll roll with it.
Goodness.
Well,
All right,
there's your
Drew.
free-
Marcus, go ahead.
Broncos by 17.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Broncos.
And so I picked the Jags, and I don't know if that's more.
Here
of
we go. That's Trevor Lawrence, baby. Let's go.
take myself, but I don't believe that he's going to force things like he did last week.
Yeah,
He forced everything last week. He's used to winning, and I think that they're going to do everything they can to not go down this road and on a normal
Right.
every week basis. So I just think that they may squeak one out this week.
Listen, for the Jags, it's
Lawrence
simple.
threw
Go ahead.
How many picks against the team that's
Three.
taking for the first pick overall?
Three. They're not tanking.
Oh,
They're
okay.
actually that bad.
Oh, okay.
The Jags are?
Just wanna get it.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
they're pretty rough.
They're
And
pretty
I'm only picking that just because. Do I realistically think the Jags are going to win? Absolutely not.
I like it. I mean,
but I'm going to
like it.
choose it because you know what? I think I'm going to win this whole tally thing by the end of the season. So I just figured I'd give y'all. I'm going to pick the Jags every
I do
week.
disagree with that particular take, but no. Listen, I mean, for the Jaguars, it's pretty simple, man. Because you need to get Laviska Shenault involved as much as you can, and you've got to put the ball in James Robinson's hands.
Yep.
You've got to take that pressure off Trevor Lawrence, and I think those two guys you're talking about two of the best weapons in all of the NFL that aren't being utilized properly.
And I believe that they forced. Trevor Lawrence forced everything last week. He threw 3 picks and 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
I think tonight he could. Today he could.
What did he throw? Like 58 attempts?
Yeah, he also threw the ball a lot, and that can't happen, man. James Robinson's a good runner.
Yeah. There's no reason to throw the ball that many times.
Runs
Well,
the
here's the
ball.
thing, also, too, guys. Once Jacksonville loses today, Urban Meyer is going to tweet that he lost the love for his game, not fly back and go over to California and sign to be the USC coach.
Yeah. Oh, my heart's messed up.
Yeah, we already did this 3 seasons.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got 2 more after
Yeah.
this. So there's going to be he's got 2 more after this.
Strike 4.
Yeah.
The third one was a foul ball.
Yeah.
Not a slow, like a baseball foul ball. Like it's like because in softball you're out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, Pats Jets.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You know what? I'm going to take the Pats here. They're coming off a heartbreaking loss last week to the best team in the AFC East. No, not really. I'm kidding. But they're coming off a pretty heartbreaking loss last week. Mac Jones looked really, really good.
Yeah, he did.
The Jets' defense is nowhere near as good as Miami's.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Mac Jones throws for about 300 today, and the Pats win by 14.
I like it. I got the Pats as well. Marcus.
Yeah, I've got the Patriots.
All right.
Patriots.
All right.
Fair.
Quick and easy.
Listen, I'm gonna pretty much give a short take for every game. I mean, if you like, that's where I'm going with it.
Yeah,
And, I
if
mean,
you agree
got-
or disagree, chime in. It is
Yeah.
what it is. Guys,
Yeah.
please again leave some comments. Tell us who you think.
we getting comments over there, Drew?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah,
good. All
we're
right, that's
getting
enough. That's
I
enough,
think
Drew.
in this Patriots-Jets game, Patriots will win. Zach Wilson will throw for more yards.
Okay.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
Then that's probably fair.
I think
'cause
they're
he's
going to be playing
have
from
to.
behind.
Yeah, he's gonna have to.
So
like
the best game, Texans versus the Browns.
Wow, Texans versus Browns. Cleveland by a lot today,
Yeah,
but I am
no
very impressed with the way Tyrod Taylor came out, handled the adversity.
Absolutely.
Everyone's talking about Deshaun Watson. Tyrod came out last week and really played a hell of a
We've
game.
talked about this before, and Tyrod Taylor might be the most underestimated quarterback in all of the NFL. He has gotten the shittiest ends of sticks
Yep,
every single season.
absolutely, absolutely.
Somebody playing with their zipper? What the hell was that? Was that me?
I don't know what the hell's going on. I didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was
Our
me.
phones are vibrating.
Oh, that must have been what it was. Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, what is that? Okay. Marcus, who you got? Browns, Texans.
Taking Browns.
All right. Drew.
Browns.
All right, you're so interesting, Drew.
Pretty much a clean
I
sweep.
try.
All right, enough, Drew.
Yeah.
Next.
Ooh.
We're going to go. What?
Uh-oh.
Holy
We've
shit,
got-
your segues
What?
are amazing,
Ooh.
man.
Ooh.
We've got a couple
Coles has
guys.
got a sale going on.
Get a delay there. I'll go ahead.
A meat and
I'll go
two
ahead and tell
sides
it
for
because
$10?
Drew's behind. We got a couple folks saying the
Moving
Jets
on.
will win, and Tim said the Texans are going to win.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All
All
right.
right. So
That's how easy that should have been.
yeah, no doubt. Rams
Sorry, I'm sucking.
Rams versus Colts.
Just pull me, why don't you?
Rams versus Colts. Man, this game is really probably one of my favorite games on the slate for today.
Yeah.
I'm going to give the Colts the edge here. I just I think this game's in Indianapolis, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, it's in Indy.
The game's in Indy. The Colts lost a tough game last week. They really didn't play that well, but Carson Wentz didn't look horrible. And I think their defense holds Matt Stafford and that one-dimensional Rams offense to about 24 points, and the Colts are able to outscore them.
Maybe
Did you
31-24.
say
somewhere in there.
one-dimensional?
Very one-dimensional. Darrell Henderson, listen, he had a good game, but come on, man. If they have Cam Akers, they're not one-dimensional, but they're very pass-heavy.
They've always been pass
I'll go
heavy,
ahead and
even with
take my
Cam
pick.
Akers.
I'll take the Rams with the potential NFL MVP and Matt Stafford.
Oh, I do agree with that.
Yep. What do you
I'm
got?
taking the Rams.
I'm going Colts.
Okay, cool. So this is split 50-50 here, which I know Tim Reed's not going to be happy with because I know he's a Colts fan. So
Well, he said he commented Colts fan here, but Rams will win it.
Yep, I got the Rams as well. So we're gonna go ahead and get this stupid ass game out of the way and just go ahead and say versus the Chargers.
Who?
Cowboys.
Oh, God. Oh, man. I'm going to take
We them boys.
Yeah, ooh, hold up. There's demonetization happening everywhere. No, I'm going to take Dallas here. But, man, there's going to be – what's the over-under? Just from you guys real quick. 800 passing yards from these two quarterbacks today.
Over.
Under.
Over.
I think
Over.
Dak's going to struggle a little bit today, man. That Chargers defense is healthy for the first time in a couple years. Dak's going to have his hands full today. Today's going to have to be Zeke, I think.
I think they're going to have to make it Zeke.
Yeah, if they
And
choose.
I'm not, but I think that's just going to show because sometimes you'll see in week one where all of a sudden it's you think that all you heard going into this season was Ezekiel Elliott. It looks like rookie Zeke. He is cut the hell up. He looks great. He's in great shape, best shape he's been in since he's been in the NFL.
Looked like
And then
shit
they
last
didn't.
week, yeah.
Then they didn't even use him.
Well, I mean, but he also didn't even look good when he did get the ball.
He didn't. So, but he's also somebody who has to get 25 carries.
Yeah.
He's not somebody that you give the ball nine times to.
We talked about this with Dalvin Cook last week on the way
Yeah.
home. Like you're not going to the Vikings are not going to win games if Dalvin Cook has less than 20 touches.
Exactly. So who was your take?
I'm taking Dallas.
Dallas. Okay.
Close game though. Very close.
All right.
Somebody
Taking
kick
the
off.
Chargers.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. 0-2
Wow.
start.
Lale Collins is suspended for 5 games. DeMarcus
Ah.
Lawrence broke his foot. There's no pass rushing there. The secondary is still god awful. They're going to allow 28 points or more every time. Anthony Brown sucks ass.
So I do believe this is going to be a high-scoring game. That's why I think it's going to be the over on the 800 passing yards, and that's just because I think Dak might throw for 500 yards today.
So
have
they're
to.
gonna. So if you have Austin Eckler or Mike Williams, congratulations, both of them will get over 20 points today. That's gonna happen.
I'm definitely
Honestly,
picking up
that's
Mike
just
Williams
gonna
in
happen because
fantasy.
they have no front seven is not doing good. Secondary is god awful.
Now we got to get you a
It's-
Mike
it's-
RJ.
Yeah, we do.
Isn't Gallup out too though? Ain't no way.
Oh,
out.
Gallup is out
Yeah,
for the season.
but they still have Cooper and they still have CeeDee Lamb. So I'm not terribly worried about the receiving core. But the big problem that hurt was DeMarcus Lawrence breaking his foot. That hurt that pass rushing is.
I have written down the Cowboys, but hearing that take makes me want to change.
Those are some big losses.
Yeah, I'm going Chargers.
I'm still gonna pick
Yeah,
Dallas.
Chargers.
I'm still gonna pick Dallas, but I wouldn't be shocked at all if the Chargers won this game by 2 or 3 scores, just for all those reasons.
Right.
A Chargers defense is nasty.
Go Chargers, go.
I don't know
Is
what the hell
that supposed to be Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Schwarzenegger.
That was really good, Drew. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, shit.
Very good. Very good.
Oh, my God. Can we just, moment of silence? I'm going to mute everything
Wouldn't
just
you-
so we can, we might push Drew out.
I know we're a new company.
Bye, guys.
I know we're a new company,
Signing
but
off.
I know we're a new company, but the whole Make-A-Wish thing, we got to probably try to move. We got to probably try to move off. Try to move off of this because this thing it's not working.
It's not
out.
working.
It's not working out.
My bad.
All right, so we're going to go Bengals Bears.
Man, this is a fun matchup.
Yeah.
This is really fun. I'm going to take the Bears. Bengals won with a horseshoe up their ass last week. Bears got killed.
I'll take the Bengals.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Bears.
Fair.
Bengals.
All right.
Split again. Split
All
again.
right.
Let's go Bears, baby.
That's right. Sorry, I'm still
Take
trying
it.
to write it all
No,
down.
you're good, man. Just take your time. I'll hang out over here. I'll kill the dead space in the air in the microphone because Nick writes like a caveman.
I really do. I've scratched all
Carving
that.
it, he's carving it in. K.
All right. Saints Panthers.
Man. New Orleans.
Okay.
I'll take New Orleans. Their defense is still really
It's
good.
still really good. Yep.
Yeah,
I don't think
I'm
Jameis
go-
does
I'll-
any. No, sorry. Go ahead.
I'll take the Saints, but Jameis Winston throws 3 picks today.
Mm.
With every good Jameis Winston game is a bad one following after.
We'll see just how good he is today because that's a very true take. He usually follows up those really good performances because he did have some of them in Tampa with an absolute shit show. So we'll see.
Yeah.
How many yards he throw for?
Like
Jameis like
100
180.
186,
He
187.
didn't play that great.
Right.
He had
He threw a
one-
lot of touchdowns,
he
but come
had
on, he
one-
threw for less than 200 yards.
He
Does
had
that
one
speak
good
volume?
passing play.
But does that speak volumes for how well he played or how trash that defense was?
Or how
the
good
offense
his
was
defense
on
was giving him
the
field
I was about to
position.
say it was legitimately 38-3. So that it shouldn't have ever happened. I mean,
I don't think-
that defense was terrible
No,
for the
I don't.
Packers.
No, once again, I'm going to disagree with you. I think it was less about the Packers defense and more about the Saints defense because that was all about field position.
And I also think
Sure.
a lot of that was Sean Payton knowing coming into it that he didn't want to put too much on Jameis's shoulders. So he was like, "Here, I have to give the ball to my man Alvin Kamara."
Too much.
No, I
This
don't think
man's
that's
a former
it.
Heisman Trophy winner.
There's not a who's the best defense in the NFL? Tell me right now, who's got the best defense in the NFL? Like, just spit one off. Don't think about it. Just say it.
Niners.
Buffalo, the
Rams?
Niners, the Rams. Yeah, there's not a defense in the NFL that can hold a team under 40 points when every single drive is started in their territory.
It's a good point.
There's not. There's not.
Yeah.
Drew, who you taking?
Going Saints, but it's close. Division opponents, tough.
Always tough.
Titans Seahawks.
Whoo!
Ooh. This one's
Man.
in Seattle too.
In Seattle? Yeah, I'll take Seattle.
Yep.
Seattle.
Bounce back game, Titans.
Ooh, okay. I got Seattle as well. Even though I kind of got skipped there.
That's interesting because three of us
Just
have
remember your place on this show, Drew.
It's right here.
three of us have an 0-2 start for Tennessee. Interesting. Like,
Well,
that's-
Derrick Henry looked terrible last week.
Derrick Henry looked terrible, and without Derrick Henry, Tannehill can't do it because if they don't have to respect the run, the play action doesn't work.
But I also believe that they tried too much last week. I think they even bought into the Julio Jones train.
Yep.
And
Told you.
decided, you know what, Tannehill start throwing again. And what happened before Tannehill came to the Titans? He was nothing.
Yeah.
Because he had to throw the ball too much.
Yep.
Give the ball away, let him do his play action, which he is probably the best at, and then let him throw the ball downfield whenever he can.
Once again, Derrick Henry, same kind of guy, except he's probably more dangerous than Dalvin Cook, Ezekiel Elliott in that arena because Derrick Henry, his first 10, 15 carries, he's going to have 8 yards on those 10 carries. But the point of Derrick Henry is he's so big, so strong that he's going to wear the defense down.
Yep.
And eventually they're not going to be able to tackle that dude. So they got to give Derrick Henry the ball 25 times.
All right, so now we're gonna go Raiders versus the Steelers.
It's a good game
It's
now.
a good game.
It's exciting. Pittsburgh by 10.
Okay.
Exciting.
Let's not lose track that it's still the Raiders. I know they won a really good game, but it's still the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm taking the Steelers.
Okay. I'm taking the Steelers as well.
Steelers.
All right, sweep.
Clean sweep on Schittsburg. I like it.
I think losing Josh Jacobs. I know how Kyle feels about Josh Jacobs, but with Kenyon Drake being back there, he's not the same dynamic runner.
We've seen Kenyon Drake take the number 1 role, and he shit the bed
Multiple times.
in multiple places.
The Raiders went to overtime against a running back for playing quarterback, and
yeah,
I don't know how to. I mean, and now you've got Pittsburgh, and they also have a top 5 defense.
Can I say this though? Not impressed with Najee Harris whatsoever.
It's one game.
We talked about this.
Like I said from the very beginning,
Like
it's not the running back; it's the offensive line.
Listen, I got to tell you, this is why
That's everywhere.
this
If there's
is-
massive holes on any offensive line that a running back can just shoot through, that is every single team.
Well, listen,
That's
this
my
is-
point. Everybody saw Najee Harris go, and they were like, "Oh yeah, this is going to fix their running. This is going to fix their rushing problems. This is going to fix everything." You didn't fix the offensive line.
Yeah, I mean the same thing. I mean Le'Veon Bell, James Conner, now Najee Harris. And the thing is, they're the same style runner too. None of those 3 guys are speed backs.
Nope.
Like, and the thing is, like, this is why Marcus. I mean, I'm gonna disrespect you for a second, but everybody looked at Marcus's fantasy team in our league, and they were just like all over Marcus's fantasy team. They were all over it, and I was like, no, Julio Jones ? But the biggest one was Najee Harris was rated 19 points last week. He's
For
not.
what?
He's not gonna get that.
For what?
He's not gonna get that.
He's going to get the reason that he's rated so high in fantasy is he will get 400 touches this year. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, but it's not gonna happen. Like this is why I was worried about that.
But even when he was at Alabama, didn't he have like a really good backup as well?
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't get 20 touches a game at Alabama.
I don't know who it was, but I'm just gonna say because it was Alabama.
It's Alabama. Yeah, that's true.
Alabama's practice squad has 5-star recruits. That's
Yeah,
just-
exactly. So he didn't play that much there. He just came in and busted through a few times. But that's also against,
Think about
college
that. There are 5-star recruits that will probably never touch the field for the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Yeah. Yep.
Wild.
All right. Falcons versus Bucks.
Bucks.
This one's pretty.
Bucks.
This one's pretty easy.
Bucks. I think I do think the Falcons make it interesting. Same reason Drew said earlier. Division rivalries.
I do have one question about that. Is this the time that they finally get their number 1 pick, Kyle Pitts, involved?
No.
He just he had a problem getting open last week. I don't think a lot of that was their fault. He had a real bad problem getting open last week.
I was at an event yesterday.
He's not
and I
too
was
quick
literally
off the line.
I was like 2 feet away from Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
It depends on how they line him up.
That's
too, though.
about how far the Falcons DBs are going to be from him today.
Like Chris Godwin is not that big.
I guess that didn't
individual.
hit. I thought that was funny. 2 feet. Like they're going to be way behind. Like
Oh,
Tom Brady's throwing for 400 today.
yeah, easy.
Drew.
Bucks.
All right. That's probably the easiest one, if you want me to be honest.
Yeah, honestly.
All right, we're gonna go with some homer pick here, and we're gonna go with the Bills versus the Dolphins.
I have the Bills in a very tight game. Miami's defense looked really good last week. 23 games in a row with a turnover forced. Next closest is 8.
Damn.
Is it
Yeah.
in Miami or in Buffalo?
It is in Miami.
It's in Miami.
It's in Miami. There's a bunch of other events happening down there. There's a big concert this week, so I don't think Miami fans are going to crowd the stadium. So I think Buffalo is going to be able to come in and win a tight game because it's more of a must-win for Buffalo at this point. Because starting 0-2 after you just paid that dude all that money, like the pressure's on for Josh Allen. And Stephon Diggs has over 100 yards today. They're able to kind of get behind Byron Jones and the Dolphins defense. And I think that's – I mean – I hope I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong, but I can't pick Miami in this situation. Tua did nothing to impress me last week.
Right.
I'll take Buffalo by 10.
Okay. Drew.
Give me Miami.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Couldn't have a clean sweep.
Yeah.
I would have had to change my pick.
Yeah. All right. So now we got the 49ers.
Well, who'd you
versus-
pick? Picking Buffalo?
Yeah.
You didn't say it.
Sorry. clean sweep.
He already
Not a
wrote it
clean
down.
sweep.
You
Yeah,
thought
I'd
it
already
was
written
kind of
it
an
down.
obvious
I did.
decision.
I did. Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna go 49ers versus the Eagles.
49ers. Their defense really looked kind of sketchy in the second half of that game, but I think it's easy to lose track on how good Jared Goff is. Like, I know that trade was made, and everyone like just kind of counts Jared Goff out. That dude's a really good quarterback. People forgot he led his team to the Super Bowl.
So I'm taking Niners.
Yeah, but I'm still taking Niners. But he's no stranger to that Niners defense though either. So
Yeah, I'm going the 49ers as well.
Juju?
Sure, you gonna take the Eagles?
No, Niners. George Kittle is going to be way too much for those Eagles linebackers.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the issue as well.
I
Hey,
do
let's
think
eat.
Jalen Hurts
Hey.
and Devontae Smith.
Kyle and I play this week.
We did have a bet on the way home that anytime that they said Devontae Smith, we were going to take an imaginary shot because I was driving and whatnot.
Yeah.
So and the imaginary shot, and we took probably 79 imaginary shots.
Nope, don't like that.
RJ just opened up the door and shined the light in and made us feel like a little bit like vampires in here.
We do have a couple people in the comments picking the Eagles. Just letting you guys know.
Okay, all right. Okay.
One of them is Dan. So I mean, like,
Dang, oh God, he is up there.
Yeah.
Doing his thing.
Yeah, whatever. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna save the best game for last. So we're gonna. Oh, okay. Just to. Yeah, that's gonna be the best game of the day. But we're gonna go ahead and just say real fast. We had already picked Washington to beat the Giants, all four of us.
Yeah.
So we had already chosen that before. So just to get that one out of the way, it was a lot tighter than I thought. I don't know if anybody wants to talk about that game real fast, but it was a lot tighter than I thought.
I just want to say, like, something I wasn't talked about, and this is where the homer is going to come in because I don't let it come out too often. But that was a kicker battle, and I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty proud that both of those kickers came from Florida State. Graham Gano, Dustin Hopkins. Very cool kicker battle. It was cool to see them kind of go back and forth. Hopkins had his first miss from outside of 45 in 3 years, and then they had the penalty, and he came in and hit another one.
Will the Giants ever use Saquon Barkley? Or is it time to just trade his ass away if you don't believe in him?
I just
Dude,
don't think
I don't
he's
know
healthy.
I don't know if that is like level in that camera, but that is crooked as shit.
It just keeps vibrating.
Okay.
That's what you're hearing is.
Why is
that
it
what it is?
vibrating?
I don't know. Just the way it's sitting on the wall.
Oh.
And it's driving me crazy.
My aunt made that. I hope it doesn't have like a bomb in it.
Yeah, I
She
was
normally
gonna
says
say.
she loves me, so I'm not But
if they keep him, they have to invest in the offensive line. Honestly,
somebody just knocked on the door.
Somebody's knocking on the door?
Yeah. Chris is dropping off 4 white monsters.
Oh.
Man, are we that low right now?
Chefstifer Infinger.
Chefster.
Chefstifer. Why didn't he come in and say hi?
You know what I don't like is the fact that you said the name of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to sponsor us to get that plug.
Right.
Yep.
Just keep it away
4
from. There we go.
energy
Yeah, thank
drinks.
Yeah, there you go. Put it behind this. There we go.
All right,
Are we
so
boring
who's
or
playing
something?
playing
Why
tonight?
are we that bad?
I was about
like,
to
he's
say,
just
do
like,
we
oh
need,
my
like-
God, they have no energy.
whatsoever.
Oh my God, they need energy drinks. So bad.
Thanks, Chef Chris. Truly appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks,
All
big
right.
dog.
I don't know.
The Lions versus the Packers.
You know, I'm gonna take the Lions.
Are you?
I think Aaron. I know. I forget that these are the kind of mics where I can't literally like just lean away from them for like an inch.
Yeah.
But I think Aaron Rodgers is mentally checked out. And I know we're gonna play this game like no he's not, and they had a really rough outing.
I don't
last
think
week.
anybody here is going to say no, he's not. No, he's not. Because
well, I
you
mean,
could tell
when I
that
say
it was like Jesus Christ.
He genuinely looked happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. If we like even in slow pitch softball, if we're down 15 runs, I'm not smiling in that dugout.
So okay, didn't Jordan Love come in at one point?
Yeah.
How well did he do?
Not good.
Not good. They didn't really open up the game. They were hand the ball off, hand the ball off.
okay.
They ran the
play
ball.
action.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was just making sure. I checked out of that. I mean, I was watching it and then I was like, okay, I can turn this now.
No, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, you could tell that was no longer going to be a game.
But I'm gonna pick Detroit. I think that there's my bold take of the week. There's my upset alert pick. Would it really be an upset though?
I don't
Hey,
think so.
hit
At this
that
point,
button,
no.
Nick. Hit that button.
Shit, take.
Attaboy.
So Marcus is taking the Packers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Packers.
So this is why I'm going to take the Packers as well, is because I think that was his way of saying, without me, this team sucks ass.
Ooh.
That's why I'm taking the Packers, because now this week, watch. They're about to beat the ever-loving shit out of the Lions.
He really might be that petty, too.
Dude, he's an asshole. Yeah, he's that petty.
Switch my pick.
Okay.
I mean, you
it's
really like I never thought about that as a possibility, but he really is that petty of a jerk. Like he's an asshole.
Yep.
Yeah.
Against my better judgment, even after hearing that wonderful take, I'm still going to go Lions.
Lions, all right.
Okay, all right. So it's split in the house.
Put mine as an asterisk where it's interchangeable.
I think,
Because I picked both.
I think this is going to be a good week for Jared Goff to show off that he's actually a tier 1 quarterback.
Yeah.
Tier 1? He's got to get to tier 2 first.
You know what's interesting?
Fair.
What was the last game we picked? RJ, I know you wrote it down in order of how we picked. Because I think I said Jared Goff way earlier for some reason.
You did. That's why I looked at you.
It was San Fran versus who?
San Fran versus the
Philly.
the Eagles.
You're talking about
The
Jimmy
Eagles.
Garoppolo.
What the hell's wrong with me?
I don't know. I looked at you.
Hey,
like,
what's going on
I'm
with the
confused at
with
this
my
point.
camera?
Oh, he minimized it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you can't minimize his
Oh,
camera.
God. What'd you click over there?
We just didn't want to see that much of you anymore.
Oh, boy. Oh, goodness. All right, so click on the bottom right. On the bottom right there, RJ. Go to the other one.
Oh, that's not a bad. That's
There you
not a
go.
bad energy drink there. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's not bad.
While we're getting this all figured out,
It's figured
I don't
out.
think
It's
we did
figured out. You're back.
I don't think we did the Sunday night game.
We're almost
Oh,
there.
dude, would you chill the hell out?
We went to Monday night before Sunday.
Well, because it's
night.
the
'Cause
best game of the week.
Oh,
We do things for a reason around here, Marcus.
Yeah, none of
All right, we
I
do things for a reason. I mean,
Yeah, if you'd actually
Okay.
buy into all this and
Jesus.
move back here, you'd know.
yeah.
I know I'm right. I know I'm right about the Lions pick
You're not
because
right.
because Dan agrees with Nick. So
Oh, yeah.
I know I'm right.
It's a good point.
Change my pick.
LPL. All right. And for the best game of the week, the Chiefs versus the Ravens in Baltimore.
Does Lamar Jackson finally get over that hump?
No.
Like
No.
it's like because he can't. It doesn't seem like big game. It's like big game Lamar, right? Because the big game Bob was created for Bob Stoops because he couldn't win any big games. I call Dan Mullen Big Game Dan for the same reason.
Sure.
And
Fair.
I'm gonna go big game Lamar here, and I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
Okay. What?
I'm
He's
taking
big-
the Chiefs.
he can't
and
win big
it's
games.
not even-
okay.
It's the Chiefs, and it won't even be close.
Drew?
Ravens.
I went with the Chiefs as well, but I mean,
I want Drew to defend that Ravens pick
well,
for a second.
my biggest thing, the reason I can't go with the Ravens, even though I think their defense is good, their offensive line is good, they have no running game. The only reason why he won MVP that year was because he had running backs on running backs on running backs. They could hand the ball off anytime, and then he didn't, and he would run out. But also, the NFL is changing. That running style quarterback that can't throw is not as big anymore. Kyler Murray can throw the shit out of the ball. Russell Wilson can throw the shit out of the ball. Patrick Mahomes can throw the shit out of the ball. Everybody else that can run can also throw. Josh Allen, all of them.
It's like they're starting to figure it out a little bit.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Right now, you have Keanu Neal, who was a safety at Florida, is now playing outside linebacker. No, middle linebacker for you guys. Is it for you guys?
For Atlanta.
For Atlanta.
Yeah.
No, he's not in
He's
Atlanta.
playing for Dallas.
He's playing for Dallas. That's you guys. I knew it was you guys. Yeah, I was talking to Marcus.
Poor guys.
Oh, okay.
Well, he moved down. I mean, he was good at Florida.
Yeah.
He was good in Atlanta. They just had him play in the wrong positions, and I think those faster guys are playing linebacker now.
To me,
I mean,
it's
they lost Marcus Peters. That was a massive hit, and I tell you, it's like every practice of Baltimore has, people keep getting hurt.
Yep.
So
to me, it's less about the Ravens offense and more about the Ravens defense. I think the Chiefs have a little bit, not necessarily like drop off, but they have a little bit of a letdown after that big game last week against Cleveland. And I think because playing two top tier teams back to back weeks, they're going to have a little bit. I know Andy Reid's a great coach and all, but to me, I think this is a little bit of a letdown. coming into this week. I think the Ravens are a little bit more hype coming into this after being who'd they lose to? The Steelers last week?
The Raiders.
The
Raiders.
Raiders.
They lost.
Well,
to the
they
Raiders.
lost, and then they won, and then they lost again.
They're having a little bit of a letdown coming into that. Now they're ready to
Game was
show.
wild.
Yeah. Now they're ready to show that they're like here for real. I think this is the week that it all gets put together.
The only thing
So
about that
you're
is that
saying
I
the
think
week
that
that they lose to Derek Carr, they're going to somehow beat Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the only thing about that is that the Chiefs, they obviously over last year. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The way he put.
Yeah.
See, Marcus can be funny.
Marcus can be funny sometimes. But they had obvious holes in their offensive line, and they went out and fixed every last one of them.
Yep.
Marcus, Jesus Christ. Patrick Mahomes is no longer running like he used to have to. He's no longer. I mean, he's not even having to make those sideways throws and sidearm throws and all that good stuff. I've been screaming. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going through puberty. But
I love it.
so I don't think the Ravens got it.
It's a fair point.
Yeah,
Fair
I
point.
just don't think the Ravens got it.
But
So
Drew, off of your take, the Chiefs will score 32 this week instead of 45, so that's okay.
It's a good point.
I'm very interested in this. This is the last thing I want to talk about because I didn't really talk too much about the Bills Dolphins. I mean, I do think the Bills are going to win, but I want to talk about Tua for a second. Will Fuller's not back this week. He was supposed to be, but with the weapons that he's got, I feel like there's really no excuse to be as mediocre as he was last week. Now, and I'm trying to like maybe give him the benefit of the doubt for multiple reasons.
Mm-hmm.
He's only in his second year. Like, we don't count last year as a first year for head coaches. Maybe we can't really count it for quarterbacks or anything either. So much has to change for left-handed quarterbacks as well, like with the system and everything. So I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. New England's defense is also really good. And I know they didn't have Stephon Gilmore, and I'm getting a fucking leg cramp. I know they didn't have Stephon Gilmore. Okay, somebody take it.
Okay. They didn't have Stephon Gilmore, so obviously.
Oh, my God. What?
Don't
Hey,
you just
drink
love a
more
live
water,
show?
man. Drink more water.
Oh, that's energy drink.
I think this is our cue to go to a really quick fantasy football starter
I
sit.
was just about to say, we're going to
kick it
take
over.
this next segment, and we're going to, you guys send in your stardom, sit-em, and the MDs over here are going to give you their prescriptions on their start and sits, because
like
y'all would
that.
never use my shit. I mean, I brought this up for weeks, and y'all would never use it on your podcast.
Nick, come rub me down.
Oh, hold on a second.
Okay, all right.
Somebody take it.
Drew, who do you guys
so
a couple
boring.
starts and sits for this week, man?
Well, I was gonna say Antonio Gibson was a great start, but that didn't really pan out. But I got definitely all the Chiefs wide receivers, skill players.
Okay.
All not Chiefs, Bengals. Bengals,
Okay, so you
beca-
got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd, or just Higgins and Jamar Chase?
And Tyler Boyd. Give me
And
all
Tyler
of them.
Boyd.
Give me all
Okay.
three of them, because I don't think that defense is going to be able to hang with them, and I think it's going to be definitely a big week for Joe Burrow to just throw all over that defense.
Right.
Hey,
Actually, you know what?
Hey, Cramp, get out of here, kid.
I do have I have
Call me
one. I have
LeBron,
one
baby.
question. I have one question about my team here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, good. I've got a question for you guys on my team too. Let's go.
Okay.
Go ahead,
So,
Nick.
as of right now, last week I had Cortland Sutton playing, which I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not starting him this week.
All right.
But for my second flex spot, I have Antonio Brown, Chase Edmonds, and Cortland Sutton, or Rob Gronkowski.
I'm playing against Marcus. He's not going to help me.
No, he's not going to help you. But who do I start? Right now, I have Antonio Brown in there.
I'll start. I'll say Antonio Brown.
Okay. Even though he's going against Atlanta, but there's only 1 week. I mean, normally their defense sucks.
Right.
They played
Yeah,
well
I'll
the first game.
Take
but-
AB. That
AB?
secondary is terrible.
Right. Drew, AB as well.
Part of me wants to say Chase Edmonds because I like what they're doing in Arizona.
But against Minnesota's defense?
That's what has me leaning more towards AB.
Okay. All right. Well, that answers mine. I'll leave them in then.
So I'm only going to ask Drew because I'm playing against Marcus, and I don't blame him. I wouldn't do it either.
Yeah.
So Drew, you better work this out here.
Okay.
So right now I've got my 2 running back slots are Alvin Kamara, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Helaire didn't really have a good game last week, but there's 100% cannot take him out.
No.
Like you got to keep him in that lineup. So my flex position here, wide receiver, running back, tight end. I mean, your standard flex position. I've got James Robinson in there last week. He did not have a great performance last week. Now he's got a 2-star matchup against the Denver Broncos defense. I also have a couple of I have a list here of pretty suitable replacements, but my biggest concern is their opponents, because Jamal Williams is playing Green Bay, his old team. Their defense struggled a little bit last week, but as we said, their backs were against the wall the whole game.
And he's the number 2.
Right. I've got Myles Gaskin against Buffalo. I've got Robbie Anderson against the Saints. Marvin Jones against Denver. Chenault against Denver. I have 3 Jaguars, and I think that all 3 of them are good picks. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. It's wild. And then, but I've got Latavius Murray as well, who has really not gotten involved yet, but he will this week, I think.
Who did you say you have in there right now as your flex?
James Robinson.
Give me
Boy, that's tough.
Robbie Anderson.
I think I'm going to keep James Robinson in, but I want to remember that you made that pick. Well, no, listen, I feel like James Robinson was he was the top
gonna
rookie.
keep my guy.
He was the top scoring rookie, but I want to remember that you made that pick. And if I lose or if Robbie Anderson outscores him on my bench, the only thing that concerns me a little bit with Robbie Anderson is he's playing against New Orleans. I'm sorry.
No. I had him starting last week.
Yeah,
and he did nothing except for have one catch.
big catch, and I think that's
for a
Robbie
touchdown.
Anderson's game.
That is. The Saints defense is very good.
And I don't think they're going to let him get that big catch.
I don't think so either.
Another point on that Saints defense, we did just get Bradley Roby traded. He's going to be that number 2 beside Marcus Lattimore.
Yeah.
But out of those, I don't know if Urban Meyer's going to turn around and hand the ball to James Robinson like we all know want him to.
I think he will, though. I think he's a smart guy. He's a great coach. Let's be real. Yeah. I mean, he thought that he got the god, Trevor Lawrence, to come out and win him football games. Welcome to the NFL. This isn't college football anymore. Right. You can't rely on one person.
He's good at making adjustments for sure.
The way he drafted and coached week 1 makes me really rethink the future for James Robinson, because they had picked Travis Etienne.
That's a good point.
If he wouldn't have gotten hurt.
That's a good point.
That's true.
You still have to coach with what you have, though. I mean, Travis Etienne got hurt, so now he's still going to run the ball. I think James Robinson. For me, it's James Robinson. I would keep James Robinson in.
I mean, and that's what I'm going to do, but I mean, it's not.
We will write that down, though.
I am going to write that down, that he said to start Robbie Anderson. I think my pick probably would have been, I'm really looking at Jamal Williams against Green Bay. I know he's going to want to do good against his former team, but does anybody ever? Because you say they're going to want to, but do they ever?
To me, it's just the point of him being the number 2.
Yeah.
They have us pretty solidified number 1 with DeAndre Swift, as much as we rag on him being DeAndre Swift.
I don't even know if it's a 1-2. I think it's a 1A, 1B now.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Did really well.
I think it's like our Right On Network here, like the joke we always make. It's 1A, 1B.
Yep, that's right.
Yep. You're B.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, Mr. RJ's got it.
Here we go.
There we go. Let me turn the mic all the way up.
Yeah.
Is Julio bouncing back, or should I start Jarvis Landry?
Ooh,
Jarvis.
Ooh, that's a good one.
You got PPR? Yeah. Give me Jarvis, because he's a PPR freaking machine.
And the Browns play the Texans?
Anything, I would say Julio. Julio has done this the last 3 seasons. 1 year or 1 game, he gets 1 catch for 14 yards, gets shut the hell down. I guarantee this week he makes every bit of 48 points.
Anybody got any fantasy comments in this? On there?
Everybody's
Anybody
just
got any questions?
No one's got any questions. Everybody's just commenting. Tim Reed said start Edmonds. Will Dietman said Chase Edmonds is going to be Terminator's backup. Tim Reed also said Marvin Jones will get the ball thrown to him a lot.
Yeah, that's another thing I'm trying to think about here. Marvin Jones, and especially since they lost Ronald Darby last week in that Denver secondary, it's all on that rookie now, Patrick Surtain.
And Tim has Jamal Williams starting in his flex, and Tim Reed said Jarvis for you.
Okay. Damn,
I
I
think
I
for
forgot
Jarvis,
about
because you
Ronald
gotta think,
Darby going down.
Odell Beckham's out this game too.
Mm-hmm. So Jarvis Landry is that number one with Odell going down.
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm gonna figure out the mic situation for you next week.
Well, with that being the case, do I sit CD and start Julio?
No, I definitely would keep CD in, but I'm not a fantasy football host. But CD now,
I would keep CD in.
with Gallup.
you
keep
absolutely
CD
keep
in.
CD.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think with Gallup out and they're playing against the Chargers and they're gonna be playing from behind at some point in this game, Dak's gonna have to sling the ball around. Dak's probably my start of the week. He's gonna throw 2 interceptions, but I also think he's gonna throw 500 yards.
And Tim Reed, I'm going to leave in AB because I think he's still going to have a good game. But I already wrote yours down. So next time, if Chase Edmonds wins, I'm going by. You're going to start my lineup. I'm going to give you my login.
To everything.
I use the same login for everything anyway. So
Yeah.
whatever. You'll be able to control my entire life at that point.
I gave somebody the password for something the other day on the computer, and I was like, well, now you have access to my whole life. Because I'm not smart enough to remember different passwords.
But you know what? I did get on my phone. It said that I had a bunch of, I don't know, like I guess Apple had a leak or something got leaked, and it said it names out how many of your accounts have that same password that was leaked out. It was 87 accounts, and I was like, "Holy shit! Did I really use the same exact password for every?"
Yeah, have some variants. Capital letters here.
No, it was the same shit. I couldn't. It was the exact.
Dude,
I had to
I'm
go in and
1,
change
2,
it.
3, 4.
And then you know what I realized? As I changed it all to the same password again.
password
So
1,
here's
2,
a
3, 4,
fantasy
just one of
question.
the S's or a dollar sign.
Here's a fantasy question: who's going to have more points, Alvin Kamara or Christian McCaffrey?
Yeesh.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's PPR boys.
Head to head this week, right?
Yep, head to
Yeah,
head.
Saints versus Panthers.
And
yep.
Carolina's defense is actually not bad.
We
I
got some
think I'm going to
decent-
take Kamara, though. I think Kamara's going to have
Okay.
more points. Jameis is going to end up dumping that ball off a lot today. Carolina actually has a decent little pass rush.
All right. Drew?
I'm gonna go Kamara as well because I feel like Carolina's gonna be forced to pass a little bit more. And
Yeah, but no, we're not talking about a normal running back here. We're talking about CMC.
I know.
He's going to catch the ball 12 times.
But that's-
He's going to
but
be
that's
in the
where-
top 10 in receiving yards this
But
year.
that's where Demario Davis comes into play. Might be a little bit of a homer pick, but he's one of the best.
Just might be, barely.
He
right?
might be.
He
It's
just
a little
might
bit.
be one of the best middle linebackers in the game of football.
No middle linebacker in all of the NFL can cover CMC. No one.
Holding it
I'm not
down.
saying
No
he's
one.
gonna cover.
CMC all day.
I'm not saying
CMC
he's
all
gonna
day.
cover him at all. I'm not gonna say he's gonna cover him totally, but I think he's just gonna. I think just like Tim Reed just said, Carolina's gonna try and stretch the field and go more for the Robbie Anderson, the deep ball.
They're going to throw. I'm not saying they're not going to throw the ball deep because they are going to throw the ball deep. Also, think that this is going to be the game that they throw 2 picks. I think they're going to throw 2 or 3 picks today, and CMC is going to catch 12 passes.
So you taking McCaffrey?
I'm taking McCaffrey.
Will
No, I
I'm
just
gonna
made
answer
all this
Will's question
argument to go Kamara though. No, CMC is.
Well, I've heard it today. That's the only reason.
It's true. How
So
about you,
I'm
Marcus?
going to answer Will's question here. He said our thoughts on Tim Patrick with Jerry Jeudy.
I mean,
going down.
Marcus, you never answered your own question though. CMC
What's that?
or
Oh
Kamara?
no, Christian McCaffrey all day.
Okay.
Tim Patrick with Jerry Jeudy going down still doesn't do anything because Bridgewater's not a gunslinger.
Yeah.
Although Bridgewater will have over 20 points in fantasy today. That's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably fair. I mean, Jacksonville sucks.
Hey,
Tim Patrick, not a lot of value. Noah Fant will be the highest value target
Yes.
as far as passing game goes. I think you're going to see Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams get more reps either in the passing game or just more run opportunities. But Noah Fant is going to be the guy. I think Cortland Sutton will be the number 2 targeted person.
I want to grill our show bitch here for a second.
Uh-oh.
Because I'm looking over there and I see some YouTube comments popping, but we're reading comments from the same 3 people on Facebook. What's going on over here?
Well, it's Chef Chris talking about.
Is it
I see
is
at
it
least
just Chris?
No, I see at least 4 different logos over there.
Oh, your dad is commenting, talking about the Kins Bombers.
My dad's
basically.
commenting, and you're not reading my dad's comments?
You're fired.
Come on.
What?
Come
What
on,
is
Drew.
wrong with you?
There's a lot wrong with me. Where should I begin? But
Oh
we
my
don't have a show long
gosh.
enough.
Holy cow!
Well,
is
what's
that my-
funny is this is our inaugural. I mean, this is our very first episode back. I don't know if anybody notices, but we did change the name and everything. So this is the very first episode of this show. We're no longer a podcast. We're going to strip the audio and make it a podcast, but this is a show. So this is kind of trial and error for you, Drew.
Yeah.
Mess up again and see what happens.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
RJ, don't get too comfortable there because that
Yeah.
seat might be. Yeah.
Thinking next week, we might be looking a little different next week. Might be looking a little different.
For the third time this show, signing off.
Yeah.
Let's sign back on and read some YouTube comments.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Just
Chef-
remember, you're going to have to like really kind of reword Chef Chris's.
Yeah.
He texts like it'll confuse the shit out of you.
My man woke up and he just starts. I think he slams Bloody Marys like in the morning. Like,
Your dad was giving his picks. He said, Daddy wins big today with Murray. Kyle is wrong about Murray. Pat's 27-14. Drew needs to smack more.
Smack more?
And then
Drew, you know how much of a dud he is in our like right on chat. He says nothing in our fantasy chat.
Why not?
I
You
mean,
don't
like
just throw in like a
24
quick old like Kyle sucks balls.
No, nothing.
Why
Nothing.
not?
Have you ever
Nothing.
you buy this?
I wish I was in.
big-ass
I wish I
box,
was in
right?
that fantasy. I wish I was in that fantasy thing.
You buy this big box of fireworks and you go home and you're excited. The kids are excited, and that's like Drew's this box of fireworks. I was excited because it's like I got to get somebody. I'm going to get
Was that a
Drew
redheaded
involved with
joke?
me a little bit more. Yeah, you could take it like that. We're going to get Drew involved more, and I want to get him. Get him involved. I want to see what these two fantasy football hosts can do in the same league. So I pull Drew in. I buy this big, beautiful box of fireworks. I set him down. I light him on fire.
And it's a
Pretty much.
And going back to fantasy
Dud.
questions, we have a question from Will Dietman saying 2 trade questions. I was offered Saquon Barkley for Antonio Gibson. He'd be getting Saquon, and he'd also be giving up Chark for James Conner.
And yeah, I would absolutely make that trade right now before
Take
he
both
gets.
So
of
the
those.
first one, no,
You would not trade Antonio Gibson for Saquon Barkley
No,
absolutely not.
to get Saquon.
No, he
No.
no, he
Antonio
would be,
Gibson
would be
hasn't
getting
done
Saquon.
shit.
he would be getting Antonio Gibson, and he would be
No, he
getting
just
DJ
said he was
Chark.
getting
He would be getting Saquon.
Oh, absolutely not.
You wouldn't
No.
take Saquon right
Not
now.
right now.
No.
Not right now.
What
Not
is
with the
what has
question of the-
Antonio Gibson done? I
He's
have both
outscored-
of them.
He's doubled him both weeks. I can
No,
tell
he
you.
didn't. They both had 8 this week.
Okay, well this week, but what did he do last week? Saquon didn't do anything last week.
What did Antonio Gibson got like 13 or something like that?
Antonio
last week?
Gibson's value may have dropped a little bit this week because he didn't play in the second half at all, and J.D. McKissick really kind of took over in that
Yes,
passing
sir.
offense.
Saquon Barkley has 39 rushing yards for the season, and that's with a 41 yard rush this season. So no.
Jesus.
He had that last game. What are you talking about? He didn't
That's-
have
I mean,
0
he's-
the week before that.
Yeah, he did not do good. The thing is
But it
the
wasn't
Giants' offensive
39.
line sucks so bad.
Yeah, but
that
they're
you
also
can't-
he was also only on the field for 50% of snaps, and they're only just now going up at the end of the year if he makes it to the end of the year. Let's just
No,
say that.
I would 100%
Maybe not in
do
a Giants
this.
uniform.
And
No
then,
way.
Maybe not in a Giants.
Maybe in a
uniform.
Dolphins uniform.
And then the second trade question, losing DJ Chark to get James Conner.
No. Absolutely not.
I probably would.
I would.
I mean, DJ
I
Chark,
would take
what's
both
he
of those.
done? I don't even know like anything as far in
He
the
hasn't-
value of.
Well,
James
it's 1
Conner running
week.
back.
Right now is the time to make a trade like that.
Yeah,
It's
I guess.
been 1 week. I
I
mean,
think I would do that. I mean, if
I
it's
don't know if I
PPR, Why
would-
not?
to
Because-
me, I have a hard time trading, even though Saquon has been more of a dud right now. I understand that. I drafted him in one of my leagues. I understand. But I have a hard time trading my number 1 overall pick for a second-round pick in Antonio
I'm gonna
Gibson.
tell you right now,
At any point.
Nick,
I mean,
if
it's-
someone
yeah.
offered me Saquon Barkley, said, "Hey, we'll give you Saquon Barkley. I'll take Darrell Henderson," I'll still say no.
After
honestly.
after 1 week, I would take that trade too.
No,
I would.
no.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Well, listen, I think it's time to wrap this thing up. We got football here in an hour. We all got like 30-minute drives back to the house. You got that ending button ready over there, my dog, my dudes. So happy to be back.
Dude, hey, look, every Sunday, 9 a.m., baby, we're going to be popping here.
It'll be 9 a.m. in the future, not
9:20.
Not 9:22.
Hey, and by the way, from now till next Sunday, fantasy questions, anything like that, please send them in, and we will answer them on air, every single comment.
Nick will be out the next episode.
I will be out the next episode. We'll be out of the country, so I won't be able to do it. But, maybe even the next episode, I'm going to try to do it from my hotel room in Tennessee. So we'll see what happens.
Hopefully it'll work.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll work out. Listen, hey, everybody on the show, everybody on the crew, glad, so happy to be back. I'll press this, you hit the mutes. So you'll mute this one, right? 3, 4 USB and 1.
This is super good time right
super
now.
good content. Super good content. Hey, RJ, Drew, Marcus, Nick, good job today, fellas. Happy to be back. To everybody that interacted, everybody that watched, thank you guys. I wish, like we've said it many times, but I wish you guys really, truly knew how happy we are to be back in the studio doing this show. Big announcements, big stuff coming up very soon for the future of this show and many others. Nerd Culture Undisputed on our Right On Network YouTube channel. Go check all that out.
Also, we're always looking for talent.
Yep.
We're also looking, if there's something you want to talk about, I know Colts, if the Colts start having a big game, Tim Reed, if you want to come on, any of you guys want to come on and just chat for 10 minutes, just let us know.
Yep, we'll always be looking for people to fill in. Always
no Cowboys fans. We got enough of those. None of them.
Alabama fans.
Or Alabama fans. Yeah, no. Yeah, David Hayes might be the cap on that.
Yeah.
We've got one of each, and that's way too much.
Yes, no doubt.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next Sunday.